Hi and welcome. My name is Christine Hubble. I specialise in recruiting senior leaders in IT and data with Marshall McAdam. As a team, we are proud to be working with DuluxGroup, a global organisation with iconic brands and its foundations based in Australia and New Zealand. In the following video, we will introduce you to Eglantine Etiemble, who's the EGM for IT and Digital with DuluxGroup. Eglantine will share with you some insights into the digital programme that she has established. You will also hear from members of her leadership team, who will provide some insights into the working culture with DuluxGroup. Finally, you will hear from the newest team member, Nilambari, about her onboarding experience. Hi, let me tell you more about the Head of Architecture role. This is a newly created senior leadership position reporting directly to Eglantine Etiemble, who is the EGM for IT and Digital. In recruiting this role, we're looking to find a strong senior leader, somebody experienced in enterprise architecture, either in a lead role or actually already acting as a head of. In this role, you will be creating a team, you'll be setting the standards to which the rest of the environment delivers. You'll also be working with the business and connecting with them around the business strategy and aligning technology strategy to support that. We're looking for somebody who enjoys and thrives in an environment that is fast changing, where there's a real appetite for risk and where there's opportunity to introduce new solutions and creative solutions for the organisation. This is a team leadership role, so you'll be working with and upskilling other architects in their areas of specialisation. We're looking for somebody who will be excited to join a leadership team that is very collaborative, but in a role that really encourages and supports autonomy.
Thanks, Christine. Yes, my name is Alex Hampton, and I'll be supporting two of the roles within this recruitment project, the Data Architect and the CRM Architect. Now, both of these are critical roles that will lead the delivery of the architecture design and provide technical advice within their specialisations to the wider Dulux Group in order to meet strategic objectives, project outcomes, and business requirements. The Data Architect will work closely with the newly formed Data Council to help establish data governance standards and take ownership of the future data strategy, while the CRM Architect will take on the key responsibility of leading future CRM system design and solution architecture across a wide variety of CRM technologies. Both of these are two very exciting opportunities, and I really look forward to getting out and meeting a lot of the great candidates in the market. If you have any questions or would like to have an introductory chat, please feel free to reach out to me.
What do you most enjoy about working for DuluxGroup?
I've worked at DuluxGroup for a really long time and I've always loved my job. It's really great working with people who are always trying to do better and always trying to do more. It's a really inspiring environment to work. I also love the fact that they genuinely care about us as people. They employ the whole you, not just the 9 to 5 you.
So I've been with the company just under a year now, and I can genuinely say that it's small enough that it feels like a family business, and everyone's truly accessible. But on the flip side, it's complex in the ambition that it's trying to achieve and also the type of business operations that it runs. So we have the full gamut where we supply our own products and manufacture our own products, as well as sell in field and to other stores and suppliers out in the market that people recognize. So it's a full complex organization, and we've got genuinely great strategies that we're trying to achieve for all of our business units, and we get to work with some crazy people on some crazy ambitions.
I love the diversity of the Dulux Group. All the different businesses inside of the group allow for tremendous differences in the types of people you work on and with, problems that we work with, and I just love the diversity of the group.
So first of all, I love the brand. I love working for an organization that has such a beautiful set of brand, and they are loved and trusted, and it always created very rich conversation with my friends, but with all our partners. I love our care for the customer and consumer. We are relentlessly helping our customers creating thriving business, but our consumer as well through their projects. And I love this vibe because we can totally relate to that. The level of ambition, it's a mid-sized company, but which is really ready to take on the world. So it makes it very exciting for all of us. The diversity of our businesses, we're having a range of very different businesses with different ambition, market, product, that creates from a technology perspective an immense richness. And probably the culture, we have quite a fantastic culture.
How would you describe the culture at DGtech in 3 words?
Passionate, human, and empowering.
Bold, almost cheeky, bold, open-minded, and very collaborative, caring.
Inclusive, fantastic people, and extremely passionate about what they do.
We are aligned to our businesses, our customers, and their outcomes. We are adaptive, so we will change if it's the right thing to do. And we are amazing.
And what's been the biggest success for DuluxGroup's digital transformation to date?
The success in our digital transformation to date has really been focusing on that strategic understanding of our customer and consumer and understanding their pains, problems, hopes, and desires, and really building around that.
I think the thing I'm the most proud of with the digital transformation is that we are doing it in a way that is right for our business. Digital transformation has been a buzzword for a couple of years now, and it's easy to jump on the bandwagon, but we've deliberately taken the fit for purpose approach for DuluxGroup. That's what I'm the most proud of.
I think what I relate to the most is not necessarily an outcome, and we had lots of fantastic outcome in terms of product delivery or really little pieces of value proposition or business model delivery. What I think is fantastic is when we started this journey, the digital transformation was seen as a technology project. And 2 years down the road, it's a very bold group ambition. It's the group strategy, it's a group ambition. And I think if I look back, that's probably our biggest success, because the level of ownership and the clarity of the strategy is impossible to replicate. It's very strong.
The fact that we're talking about transformation itself and not just technology uplift, I think has been the biggest change I've seen in my time here. It's very much now business-led strategy, and how do we enable that through technology rather than what's the latest digital asset that's out there on the market that we can use.
What's the biggest challenge ahead?
We have some highly ambitious and complex projects across our 16 business units. So in DGtech, our role is to make sure that we do everything we can to enable the success of those projects. That's a huge challenge for us, but it's really exciting.
The challenge I see ahead is the diversity across our group. And from a technology or digital transformation enablement is understanding what's the same across those businesses and what's different, and getting that sweet spot right of what we do to support the group and what we do to support the individual businesses inside the group.
So it's really, really, truly understanding what we're trying to deliver and the value that we're trying to deliver for our customers, and keeping their hearts and minds at the forefront of all of our strategy and delivery.
Being a collection of business, this diversity, which is one of our fantastic assets, is making an overarching thinking and an overarching delivery model very complicated.
When we think about imagining a better place, how have you used Dulux products for home improvement recently?
Easy. So whilst I would love the house, I live in a house which is not mine. So whilst I would love the paint, I'm not painting a lot, but I'm doing a lot of things in the garden. I love to cook. So I need to have herbs and veggies and enjoy that very much. Organic products, of course.
Imagine a better place. There's so many things that you can do inside the Dulux group. But for me, it's Cabot's Aquadeck. I live in a very wet suburb, and Aquadeck ensures my deck stays looking beautiful all year round.
That's a really great question, considering the time of year that we're at. Our garden is definitely suffering from COVID, lack of COVID care. So we've just actually put in Yates, I always get the name wrong, Yates Weed and Feed Lawn Care, which is helping us get our luscious garden back again.
One of my favourite products are the Sellies barbecue wipes. So trying to get the barbecue ready for summer, the Sellies barbecue wipes are amazing.
Which of the Dulux Group values and behaviours most resonates for you?
Great question. I love our values and behaviours, but the one that stands out the most for me is run the business as your own.
My personal favourite is unleash your imagination. We're a company that's always trying to do things better, and just because we're the market leaders in a lot of our categories doesn't mean that we can rest on our laurels. So continually looking for ways to innovate and do things better. And what that translates to is, as employees of Dulux Group, we are all expected to do better and to come up with good ideas and fight for good ideas, especially if we know that they're going to make a difference to our customers and our consumers. That's my personal favourite.
It would have to be the consumer-driven, customer-focused values and behaviours. We need to walk in the shoes of our customers and ensure that ultimately for our business, we deliver the value for them and keep them at the front of everything that we do.
One of our value is value the people, respect the environment, and that's probably the strongest one for me. I think all the business have the business value. We want to innovate, we want to be first on the market. That's very strong. But there is something about how we want to make that happen, and there is a really strong ethos around this. So I think this combination for me of the business intensity, but in the sense of care and care for the community, care for our consumer, care for our people, which actually reflect beautifully in this COVID crisis, is probably the most important for me.
Hi, now you've heard from the team. I'd like to introduce you to Anton Rowe, who spoke with Eglantine Etiemble about her vision and strategy.
So Eglantine, thank you for taking some time out today to talk to us about what's happening in the business. It's certainly an exciting time, and we're really excited to be engaged with you through this program. I guess my first question for you is to understand how DGtech has evolved since you've joined the business.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot for that question, Anton, and thanks a lot for this partnership. We are quite thrilled of the way we are approaching this, and I think it's going to be quite an interesting journey. So this last 2.5 years, it's been quite dramatic, the change, and it's not only in DGtech, really, it's in the organization, but DGtech probably reflects it the most. So if you're looking, a bit more than 2 years ago, actually, when I joined, we were in a very traditional setup. I had the corner office, so we had everything very locked. I think even the culture, it was like the colors. We had this mustard yellow and bright orange, and I was like, not sure. But the focus was really strong focus on operation, ERP, backend, operational efficiency. And that was really on the back of our manufacturing history, which was really, really strong. But DuluxGroup evolved into much more of a sales and marketing organization, really, than this manufacturing. The manufacturing component is a mean to an end, but we're really all about the value we are creating on the market and how we go about that. And consequently, it has a very deep impact on our system and our people. And I think I arrived in the midst of that transformation. So for the DGtech, it really meant, how do we create a team that can hold both environments, both type of methodologies and approaches? And we went into radical transformation of the space. We moved into an activity-based, very vibrant space. The kind of resource we're working with. So we still have a lot of long tenure, fantastic people who continue to learn and work with us. But we've been massively investing in new talent on technology we're not using at all. So our digital team, I think the budget in this team has been multiplied by 5. The budget in cyber has been multiplied by 4. So we're really having built big blocks of this capability. Probably the other dimension that has changed a lot is technology is really understood as a competitive advantage, much more than a backend or cost center. It's understood that it is both. It is the support of the operation, but it's as well this potential competitive advantage. So we are engaged in very strategic conversation. I was promoted to the executive team on that behalf. So that's probably the strategic nature of the conversation and the collaboration that is the other big change.
Yeah, fantastic. And you've spoken a lot there about the impact that you're having on the business. How do you kind of see that coming out day to day?
Yeah. Yeah, so I like to think about this a little bit differently, Anton. I think it's not, you cannot call out the DGtech impact in isolation. I think we talked about that earlier, but really the ambition is not a technology ambition. It's a group ambition. It's a group undertaking.
You've said previously when we've spoken that you feel extremely proud to work for DuluxGroup. What are you most proud of?
Yeah. Oh wow, that's another big question. I'm very proud of the boldness of the organization, and it's funny because people rarely see it like that. Again, because it's 100-plus-year-old organization, it was a solid ASX, big success story in ASX. It's almost like a traditional organization, but people don't understand how bold it is and how relentlessly innovative and curious this organization is. So we are really hungry to partner, to try, to test, and all of it in the spirit of customer, consumer, but in the spirit of community generally. So I mean, it was a beautiful example of this. But through COVID-19, we've been doing so many things in helping the government setting up manufacturing for masks, or we've been really putting together beautiful programs for our employees, emotional, physical safety, but as well making sure that everybody was safe financially. And there's been some very bold decisions taken into this space. That's probably what I'm the most proud of, and this ability within that to make an impact is fantastic.
Yeah, wonderful. I was going to ask you what you felt differentiates DuluxGroup to work for as a company.
It's the best company. What can I say? What differentiates? It's something about the timing as well. So in general, I repeat a bit what I said earlier, but the brands are fantastic, and don't underestimate the power of working for a brand that people love, because you get a lot of traction in the market. You get much more people want to be associated with your name, and you get easily fantastic relationship with all sort of partners. The diversity of our business is really making it very interesting. The size, interestingly as well, the size is something that is big enough so that you have a good playground, but small enough so that you can get a lot of things happening fast. Coming from a large multinational, I really, really thrive on that. There is no political convincing and months of negotiation. If something has to happen, it happens really fast. And I think when I was talking about the timing earlier, I think there's something about the time. So you have this great organization, great potential, great ambition. And in this time in our history, there is this massive digital opportunity that we are completely embracing. So if you're thinking from a technology professional perspective, I think it's one of the programs you have in your career that are really foundational, or that are things that are going to be cornerstone for your growth and your ability to have an impact. So I think it's the right organization. I think it's the right time.
It sounds like you've used the word bold a few times, but a very obviously bold approach, but also a safe environment for people to come in and be able to test themselves and their abilities as well.
Yep, I heard that. So I'm going to shamelessly steal this one, but I heard someone saying once, we are in a consulting organization, we are hard on result and soft on people.
Yeah.
And I relate to that to some extent. So soft is not exactly the word, but we are truly, truly caring about people. And that translates into, first of all, when we bring someone in, we bring the full person with the full personality, the full experience. So we will never look at someone with, a bit of what are the last 2 jobs you did. It's what are you going to bring to this team? How much courage or patience of collaboration, or what do we need here? And what could really shake our thinking? And what are the things that you're doing outside world that could enrich our community and our thinking as well? So we are really taking the full package.
Yeah.
And we are making sure that we are leveraging the full package. And when we do that, not only it opens much more opportunity for us as individual in terms of what we're going to participate to, what are we going to be able to learn, who's going to be our mentor, the things we're going to be exposed to. But I do find personally that it's really creating so much energy when you can contribute in a very large way.
Yeah, fantastic. And you spoke a bit there about your team and what you look for in the team. What is it you value the most in your team?
Generosity.
Mm-hmm.
Generosity is the foundation for me. Unless you want a collective success and you're coming with a very open-minded approach, it's hard. Curiosity, again, with all those different business, different agenda, different market, we don't have two projects that are alike. So we need to be able to be inquisitive and open and try to put ourselves always in our customer's shoes. Accountability. Accountability is a very big one. All my team is made of very senior people who are able to hold a very strategic discussion and to shape an approach and challenge our operating model and always feel that it is their role as a leader of the organization to do so.
Yeah, fantastic. So my final question for you is, looking towards 2021 and beyond, what are you most excited about?
Honestly, having a drink outside, not in my house.
Yeah.
That's what I'm the most excited about right now. And maybe then another drink. And then what I'm the most excited about in 2021, just in case you're not there yet, it's all about gin and cocoa black chocolate, but that's for another day. Again, throughout COVID, and always in the past, but it's really it really has been one of the silver lining in COVID. Our role in the community. And Dulux is one of the most trusted brands in Australia. DuluxGroup has a lot of brands that are super trusted when it comes to home. So we were really playing a role in this lockdown of helping people through keeping their sanity through project at home, and we deployed a lot of video tutorial, virtual services of having an interior designer helping you rethinking your home, etc. So
wow,
it's been really a lot of things that has been happening. But for me, it opens the next question on. In parallel, we are doing a lot of work on sustainability across our range of products. The factory we built 2 years ago in Victoria, we really believe in circular economy, close, small loop. And we are looking at this factory, especially is a water-based paint. So we are really trying to let go of all the nasty chemicals. But we are doing the same in our care business, in our Yates garden care business, etc. So I think for me that triggers the next one as well, which is when we look at our brand, what we want to play, and this community spirit. What responsibility do we think we have on the Australian market, and what's the role we want to play? And I think there again, there is lots of fantastic opportunities.
Fantastic. And of course, just super excited about bringing in 3 wonderful people to your team.
Oh, yes, my God. Yeah, absolutely. I think we have been, interestingly, we knew that we needed those roles to come, and they are so foundational to the team in many aspects, both in terms of the nature of the work, but in the nature of the overall thinking and what we want to evolve. So we really want some people to come and help us challenging this, the evolution of this operating model. I think we left it long enough so that the tension is becoming a bit of a pain. And again, it's we probably could have anticipated this a little bit more. But I couldn't emphasize how much the team is looking forward to bringing some new thinking, new experience in a mix that is in a very fertile ground, I'd say.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Well, look, thank you so much for your time. It's been really insightful. And I think for anyone who is listening to this and being able to hear your vision come to life, it's quite clear to see your passion for you, for your team, for everything you're putting together. So it's a really exciting time. And to reiterate, we're excited to be partnering with you on this. And we're confident we're going to be able to find some great people.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And finally, we spoke with Nilambari, who joined recently as Integration Architect for DuluxGroup. Alex spoke to her about her experience of onboarding during COVID, and she'll share with you some insights into how the team helped to make her feel welcome.
Joining me today is Nilambari. She's just recently joined DuluxGroup, so thank you very much for your time today. Just to kind of kick things off, I was hoping you might be able to talk me through your current role and the type of work that you've been brought in to do in DuluxGroup.
Sure. Thanks, Alex. So I've recently joined Dulux as an enterprise integration architect, working across the different programs that DuluxGroup is currently going through. It's definitely exciting times, and there's a lot of transformation, digital transformation that's happening. So it's really nice to be part of this journey with Dulux.
Obviously, this is a unique time to be changing jobs in this COVID time. And I know a lot went into your decision-making process. So I guess ultimately, what was the main attraction to the opportunity with Dulux?
Yeah. So with Dulux, as we're aware that they are going through a lot of transformation, and it's across business, and it's a huge opportunity in terms of growth. That was the first part, and it's always refreshing to be part of an organization that's embracing modern technology. So it was that passion that they are going through in this digital transformation. So that was one of the key factors to grow with the organization and see it through to life. Like as we know, Dulux is involved with customers that we actually transact with day-to-day life. So it's good to be part of that journey that's ultimately going to affect our customers, and just see that coming through in the end.
Yeah, that's great. And I know throughout the interview process, obviously you had a lot of conversations with Manny, particularly, I know you guys share a fairly similar background. You spent a lot of time in consulting before moving into this environment. Is that something as well that you really were drawn?
Yeah, definitely. Like 10 years of my career so far was always on the consulting side of it. And it's just trying to be on the other side of the fence and being part of the organization, that's going to do wonderful things for their customers. So it's just being part of the same journey and growing along with the organization, and help coming from the consulting experience as well, that shared the knowledge acquired previously, and tried to bring some flavor from that experience into play here.
Fantastic. And I know not just a lot of clients, but a lot of people in the market at the moment, are concerned or have had discussions about the challenges of remote onboarding during COVID.
Yeah.
What has your experience been, from day one, and how was that process for you?
Definitely. Like, again, working remote in this COVID times has always been challenging for everyone, and change itself in terms of, getting along with the new organization is daunting in the first sense. But Dulux has been very welcoming in terms of all the setup, like the laptop and everything was arranged prior to the joining day. Like I had everything sent to my place, a nice little goodie sent to my place a week in advance. So everything was set up, the assets as well as the logging details and everything. And it was a very seamless process. And in the initial days itself, there were a couple of onboarding sessions that went through as well with different stakeholders. So I have a buddy in the technology as well as a buddy from business. So just to join the, two dots together and get the flavor of what each one thinks, like from a technology perspective and also a vision from a business perspective. So yeah, I have a buddy alignment in both the streams. So that's been very helpful. And also the induction process by its whole. So it's really been a warm welcome. And it's 2 weeks through, and already feels that it's been long enough being here.
That's fantastic. I mean, again, talking to people in the market, it's probably the biggest challenge at the moment is you use the word warmth there. Really trying to, you're not really given the opportunities these days of catching up for a coffee, in the kitchen or something like that. And the opposite would be it can be quite a cold feeling having to jump on a computer for a Zoom call every day. But the fact that for yourself, that like you said, it's been really warm is fantastic. Has there been anything, I guess, that really, surprised you positively about this process so far?
Yes, I mean, so the company itself, the organization is going through a lot of change at the moment, right? So it's technology change, it's the business process change, and there are a lot of moving parts together. But what I really appreciate is, within just the few days that I've joined in, they're very inclusive, open to ideas and suggestions, and very appreciative of the suggestions that we put through. So really being inclusive within the initial days really, adds in value to the ways of working as well. So that's a kind of being a very positive welcome, in the sense of being appreciative of the suggestions and ideas, and also bringing the new joiners up to speed of what's happening. So a couple of catch-ups with, again, the business and technology both, that really helps, bringing up to speed and also sharing new ideas. So yeah, I feel being inclusive and being welcome, even to share new ideas and experiences, and being appreciative of that is really nice.
That's great. Obviously, you're aware of the project that we're undertaking at the moment, where we'll be looking to bring on board a head of architecture, a solution architecture in the CRM space, as well as a data architect. Mm-hmm. But I guess broadly speaking, if we think about people in technology, or I'd say like yourself, what would you say to anyone, any professionals in that market that would be considering, taking an opportunity with Dulux?
Yeah. So I guess as you mentioned, that they are Dulux is on a journey to do exciting things. So if you are really passionate, if you're really energetic, and you just want to get in there and just see the evolution coming through life by being a part of it, I think that would be just the most amazing thing you can experience. Like the next time probably you head out to buy some home products, you would really kind of being able to relate it to a partner or family that what I was part of building that through, or this is something that I achieved. So kind of like it affects your family, it affects your own people and friends, and you would probably be very confident and really surprised to tell them of relate your work to the reality that everyone experiences. And I think technology itself sometimes can be very daunting word for our family members, but if we can actually relate that in what it means to them, I think that would be amazing. So if you just want to be someone who's part of this journey and probably a few years later say that that's something I have kind of worked on and see it coming through, I think that for me is the most fun part of it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone talks about greenfield opportunities and that kind of thing, but and that's quite common in smaller organisations. But for an organisation that's over 100 years old, that is as big as Dulux, to be undertaking something like this and to be involved, it just must be very exciting for you.
Yeah, and probably make a mark and a positive impact of your own experience, and help the organisation grow as well as learn something new. So it's a win-win situation.
Awesome. Well, look, thank you very much for your time this morning, Nilambari. Yes, you said you're already 2 weeks in, but you're already receiving glowing feedback from everyone that you're working with, and you're having a great impact. So congratulations, and really looking forward to, I guess, viewing your journey from this side of things as well.
Oh, thanks, Alex.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully we've been able to give you insights into what's happening at DuluxGroup. For more information, please reach out to Alex or me. We'll be delighted to have a conversation with you and explore these great opportunities. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.